What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Um, Shout out to Black Reality TV. He's the first one I saw do a video on this. And shout out to Thick TV. I believe he's doing a live stream on this. And some news that is shocking for the Warriors organization and to an extent to the NBA at large, and can be, if it is serious, season altering for the Warriors. Klay Thompson, while he is rehabbing from the left knee injury, I believe it was that he suffered during the 2019 NBA Finals, has suffered an injury to his lower right leg during a workout in Southern California today. A source told ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski that Thompson injured his lower right leg and is expected to undergo testing in the next few days to determine the severity of the injury. Thompson missed all of last season after tearing the ACL in his left knee during Game 6 of the NBA Finals against the Toronto Raptors. The Warriors were optimistic that Thompson, who has spent over a year rehabbing the injury, would come back in full force heading into this upcoming 2020-21 season. Um, Thompson's latest setback leaves even more potential questions for a Warriors group that was confident it could contend again next season in what is expected to be a loaded Western Conference race. The Warriors have the second pick in Wednesday night's NBA draft. Um, I'll put a link to this article in the description box below. Hopefully, this is not a serious injury for Klay Thompson because it would really set him back even further. I mean, the way that they're talking, even if this hadn't, the way that Steve Kerr is describing Klay Thompson's progress, even if he hadn't suffered this injury, it sounds like Klay might not have even been ready for this season at the start. Like he might still be a few, months away from playing meaningful basketball. So I don't know. Um, it seemed like he was still in the workouts phase. So if this is a serious injury to his other leg, you know, um, Clay may be lost for, if not the entire season, for much of next season. And hopefully that's not the case, man. Um, they really need Klay Thompson. The NBA is a different landscape than it was, say, 2, 3, 4 years ago. The Western Conference is a lot more competitive now than it was a couple of years ago. The Warriors are not in a position anymore where they're going to win. They're not just going to step out and win 58, 62 games or 73-9, whatever. That's just not the case anymore. They need all of their weapons to stay competitive in this NBA. I'm gonna tell you something else too. These types of injuries that Klay is suffering from, a little bit of it is what often happens and it's the price that you pay for success. And what I mean by that is when you have a dynasty, when you have uh, a team that constantly makes it to the finals, uh, you know, constantly is in the thick of things when it comes to playoffs, constantly playing an additional 15 to 20, 25 games every year, that takes a toll on them. We saw it with the Pistons. We saw what happened with Isaiah Thomas, how by the time he was 30 years old, he looked almost 36. He looked older. You know what I'm saying? Because of all of the wear and tear on his body from those long, drawn out uh, playoff battles, those long, grinding seasons, and that's when these injuries start happening. Um, so yeah, Isaiah Thomas was a good example of that. Um, even Scottie Pippen to an extent. He fell apart gradually, but he fell apart after 1996. Um, you know, Kevin McHale's another guy. But look, even with Klay Thompson, with these types of injuries, I was just discussing this with a friend of mine when I found this out. Klay's one of those guys where even if he comes back and let's say he's not the same defensively because of the injuries, he's such a great shooter, man, that he's always going to have a role in the NBA. Even if he's not what he once was defensively, he could be on a team with other great defenders that could kind of mask what deficiencies he might have in the defensive end now, or if he's not quite the same defender. But just a guy with his presence, Klay, he's such a smart player, he's such a great shooter, such a great clutch performer. He'll always have a role in the NBA. As long as he has fingers and hands, you know what I'm saying? He'll always have some type of role in the NBA. But yeah, the Warriors definitely need Klay Thompson if they want to make a run for it. But tell me what you got.